Hi there, welcome to Binance Coin Wyckoff Weekly. We're looking at the Wyckoff or the weekly chart with Wyckoff text of Binance Coin. Before getting into the details, as usual, these sessions are not financial advice, they're for education and research purpose only. However, your comments and your views are being valued and very welcome. So feel free to let me know what you think about Binance Coin. So looking at the chart, remember this yellow line if you have been following my session. I've drawn this line basically illustrating a declining top. So if we look at these tips, let me use one from the first after distribution. There's LPSY, second LPSY, the third LPSY. One after another, they are all below this trend line. So declining tops, a very common term that you must have seen 1,000 times. So here, just last week and this week combined, that may have formed another even lower LPSY. So if you have been following my sessions, you know I have simplified this. So I could have put another SOW over here and then another SOW, but we know that already, that a sign has already been set, so I'm not too fussed about putting every single tag. This is an exception because I want to show you the trend. So back to the chart itself, I want to shrink it a little so we can see even bigger picture. So the last mega distribution cycle happened in 2022, or started 2021, finished in 2022. There were multiple LPSY. However, the decline was much steeper. I guess less people know about crypto back then, and people's confidence has changed over time, like since 2022. It's 3 years from that time now. A lot of things have changed and people know more about blockchain and all these crypto. They probably have seen more news as well, and then also access to invest in these assets has changed. So that's why this time around the decline has been a little bit different compared to what happened 3 years ago. Having said that, it doesn't mean the price wouldn't come down. Never that way, right? At a certain point, for however long an asset has surged in price, it will eventually come down. So if this trend continues, that whenever it hits this yellow line, it's going to come down. This month or next, depending on how quickly the price returns or drops, it's likely going to be the third time that this purple line is being tested. So the first time it closed below was late February, the second time end of March. So April, we are lucky not to see that happening. However, this month there is, or at least looking at the trend, there is a likely picture that we would see that this purple line is going to be tested. Let me extend this yellow line a little, just in case the price still continues to follow this line. This crossing the purple line at early June. However, we all know the price doesn't have to be like going to the very tip in order for that test to happen. So that's the big picture for Binance Coin. And then for daily chart, I've drawn this is basically the line we've seen earlier. and then also this line that I would say, okay, that looks like a descending triangle. Would the price break out upward or downward as we get closer to the tip? It seems like it doesn't want to go yet. It's still hovering along this edge of the triangle. So it's sticking way longer than the previous 2 times, 3 times actually. Let's see when it's going to break out. I guess it won't be too far before we see that breakout happen. Let me extend this pink box, because for all this time, for whatever I have spoken about since the beginning of the video, this pink short-term playground zone actually started from March last year. So we are essentially 420 days within this trading range already, or this playground zone already. Again, I've mentioned this before. So with basically, or the price of Binance Coin is being traded at the lower half of this trading or playground zone. If you look at this over here, it's not uncommon we see horizontal actions near this middle or center line. So let's see when it's going to come down to test the support line. If it does break to the upwards, this pink center line, because breaking this center line isn't going to be easy, as we can see a lot of these happened. There has to be some very good news for Binance Coin, or like some crazy trading volume happening that Binance Coin is in extreme demand to see an upward action that boosts it to the top edge of the pink box. So let's see what's going to happen, whether it will still continue to edge along this yellow line all the way till early June. So that's for Binance Coin. I'll move